Shout out to HUMBL HUSTLR for having me as a part of the Her Hustle campaign. My name is Evan-Nicole Williams, also known as the Hair Guru. I'm a hairstylist here in Atlanta, Georgia, and I'm also a business owner. Before being a hairstylist, I was a cashier at Foot Locker. And I felt as though Foot Locker really gave me my push. It taught me how to sell things. It taught me how to sell myself. It taught me how to build connections with people, with managers, with people higher up than me. So then it taught me how to be a boss or how to handle other people. So I actually loved my job. That was the only job I've ever had, but I loved it and I had an amazing time, and I think it definitely progressed me into where I am right now. I landed into the hair industry kind of just doing my friend's hair, kind of just hitting my friends up like, girl, let me do your hair, let me do your hair. I didn't have no clients. I was working at Foot Locker with, making my little Foot Locker checks, and something just told me to invest. Like, you have to do something more. You have to do something. I went to college. I went to Hampton University, came home after my first year, and I just wanted to do hair. That's all I wanted to do. It was like I was doing hair in school, making money out there, but I was never going to class. But when I finally came home, I said, I got to do something different. I got to invest. I started my online business selling flat irons. That's where I got a lot of my clientele as well. Got on Instagram, started promoting myself, and it took off ever since then. In the hair industry, I have a few favorites, of course, but I love my mom out of everyone just because my mom was a hairstylist. I watched her growing up firsthand in the salon. I was a salon baby, so I'm always there. She always had like different, clients that would love me. They still love me. So I'm so used to a certain level of excellence in a salon, in an environment where hair is being done, but I actually saw it firsthand with my mom. So I just love, that's who inspires me, that's who makes me go hard, that's who makes me do everything that I'm doing right now. The challenges I face being young, honestly, I've been the young one all my life. I was 16 as a senior in high school, so I was always the baby. So anybody around me is always older, but what I had to do was mentally educate myself on a higher level. I had to be smarter. You know what I'm saying? I had to literally think for myself. I had to make smart decisions. Being young and being an entrepreneur is not always the fun thing because you don't get to really live your life the way you would want to live your life. I have to be careful what I post on Instagram. I can't do the things that the average 22-year-old does, So that is a really, really big challenge, I think, for me, just battling like the hair guru and then Evan-Nicole and then the hair guru and then Evan-Nicole, because it's like they're two different people, and who I am in my business mindset is not really always, who I am when I want to turn up and have fun. So you have to be really cautious. You have to be really, it's a lot of things you just can't do. It's a lot of things that you have to be cautious of. It is really important as a business owner to keep your digital content up, only because that's where everybody's eyes are right now. Everyone is on social media. Everyone, any place where you can find your target group. For instance, if you sell clothes or if you do hair, your target group is more than likely going to be on social media. So you have to be very, very cautious and pay attention to the things that you're posting. You have to be cautious of the times that you're posting. Pay attention to your insights. Pay attention to when people are online. Educate yourself on these social media platforms. For instance, ever since Facebook bought Instagram, only 2% of your followers see things. It's no longer 100%. So you have to pay attention to that and understand that, okay, you may not get this many likes, but trust and believe they're watching, they seeing it. So you still have to be cautious of what you're posting and what you're putting out there. Period. If I can be completely honest, I'm actually a suicide survivor. I tried to commit suicide when I was 13, young. So I've always just remembered I would never go back there. I just would never go back to that dark place. So for me, I did it with tattoos. I ended up tattooing my arm, with things that remind me. So I got Stay Strong, The Only Way Out Is Through. And then after a really bad breakup, I got Life Goes On. So for me, it's always about words. I'm a words of affirmation type of person. I've always understood that the way you think is the way your life is going to be. So if you think negative, you're going to get negative. If you think positive, you'll always get positive. So I always try to educate myself on words and try to change up the things that I'm saying. Even today, I just learned that the words blame, entitled, and deserve are 3 words that you should never use, because nobody owes you anything. You can't blame people for the decisions that you make, and you also do not, you deserve whatever you put out. So if you put out good things, you'll get back good things. So it's kind of just always about just always staying positive and making sure that you understand that no one in this world is like you. Nobody is you. That is your power. That is who you are, and you got to take it and run with it. The things that are unseen are the things like the emails, the text messages, the constant phone calls. When I'm at work, I got to still come back answer phone calls. I don't have a personal assistant. So a lot of things I'm doing on my own. I got to plan my own photo shoots. I got to plan my own everything. I got to buy my own products. I got to do everything. So it's like those are the things people don't see. They see everything in the room, but they don't see when you got to go to IKEA and pick it up, or when you got to have somebody build it for you. Like, they don't see any of that. So it's like anytime you see a business owner with a lot of things that have been built, somebody had to do the work. Somebody had to do it. To upcoming hairstylists, I always want to say keep going. Just because it does get hard and it gets tiring. Your back hurt, your feet hurt. I go through all of it, but it's one of those things too where I'm so happy just seeing the smiles on these women's faces. I make Women's Day all day, every day. So it's like, for me, that's another form of just happiness for me. So as an entrepreneur, I would have to say stay consistent. A lot of times we kind of fall off, then we get back, then we fall off, then we get back. I know a few years ago when I got posted on the Shade Room, that's when I just blew up. But then I got distracted and I stopped. And now I was trying to find that back for so long. So it's like, as long as you stay consistent, no one will ever have to look for you or come find you. It's like, if they know where you're going to be at, they know you on the gram. You can't get off the gram for 3 weeks and then think that, you know, people are not going to look for you. Like, they have to be updated. People have to know what's going on. So definitely stay consistent. Stay on top of yourself and do not give up. Don't let anybody tell you that you cannot do something. Just put your mind to it and you got it.